Hello, my name is Elizabeth Holloman. I'm a transformational life coach and a diversity communication management trainer. Today, I'd like us to see why we are a kintsugi. What is a kintsugi actually? Now, a kintsugi is a Japanese word which basically means a broken pot that has been glued back together. So the Japanese believe that broken pots should never be thrown away, because they believe objects that are often repaired, they're seen as a flaw and as unique piece of objects which give history or offer us history, which adds to its beauty. So when they see a pot has broken, they sit down and minutiously try and glue it back together, as you are seeing in this picture. Now, today I want us to look at why I'm saying that we are kintsugis, because kintsugi is from broken to beautiful. And the power of kintsugi says that the word kintsugi in itself means rejoining. And the essence of kintsugi is the practice of focusing one's attention or intention on life's hidden beauty and power. So as you are joining the broken pot, your attitude should also be one which is positive. As you're joining it, you are not mourning the old broken pot, but maybe you are looking forward to a new, beautiful and powerful pot. Because the power of transforming broken ceramic pots into beautiful, resurrected masterpieces is a process. And that is what we're going to look at today. So, the transformative powers of shattered pieces of pristine verse, which are artificially rejoined with gold-laced epoxy, one which is going to create a stunning masterpiece, always evokes intruding questions. And that is you, when you really think about it, when you look at yourself as that pot that has fallen and has broken down, and you went and minutiously brought back the pieces and glued it back together. No, most people are just going to be curious to find out how far. And some people who knew you during the time that you were going through your transitional period, through your challenging periods, and see you now as a radiant person, there's always going to be these questions asking, wanting to know, how did you manage to do it? But first, let us look at kintsugi. We can also experience similar transformation. That is what kintsugi says, that if you are allowed and if you are determined, you too can experience such transformation, where if astonishing beauty, if we ask the question, if astonishing beauty can emerge from shades of shattered verse, which can transform, and also be possible that those parts of us that we believe that the shattered parts can also be repaired. This is the question that you can also ask yourself before you start repairing. Can I repair myself before I go into putting the glues together? Am I able to repair myself? And if the answer is yes, which is in most cases, then you are on the road of transformation. Because this is where the old you is going to meet the new you. The original form of the verse has forever been destroyed. All you have is that memory of how it used to look like. Kintsugi says that the essence of its beauty is not only that it survives, but it also thrives. So once you come in and rejoin those pieces back together, reglue them together with some sort of materials, then it's going to thrive more. And at the end of the day, we're going to look at a very beautiful verse, which is, which if you look at it, it's going to stand out. It may look like somebody else's verse on the shelf, but at the end of the day, it has its uniqueness, which has been done by yourself, by you painting it into gold. And that is what the Japanese actually does when it comes to kintsugi. Now, there are three important aspects of kintsugi that makes transformation possible. And this is making the impossible the impossible to be possible, and preparing the medium of adhesive, and finally the re-experience of each broken pieces. You are going to need to go through all these phases in order to be able to pivot yourself or to move off to the next level. Now let's look at making the impossible possible. Kintsugi's first essential practice is set aside our own defeating emotional conclusions, the stories we have constructed about how impossible it is for us to recover from our devastations, our betrayals, our losses. We are broken down. Yeah? And not only this, but we realize the investment that we have in keeping our lives broken as a reminder of how we've been unfairly treated, used, or abused. Or, even more detrimental, our tendency to cling to misfortunes as a way to prove to ourselves that others that we have are damaged goods and not worthy of love, recognition, or success. This is a very, very critical position for you to take. You must recognize, you must be aware that in order for you to move to the next level, you must first accept that you have been a broken person, and you must want to leave these things behind for you to move to the next level. So let us look at the next point, which is preparing the medium of adhesive. This is the second essential of Kintsugi, is to prepare the golden proxy. So you just don't going to glue yourselves together and leave it like that. No, we're going to add a touch of gold into ourselves as we are repairing ourselves. Because those cracks and rejoining the shattered pieces of our lives is what is going to define us much later. A fine balance of ingredients is required. No, if we add too much gold to the mixture, the joints will be too soft and fuse our emotional fragrance back together. Yet, if we add just enough, of the adhesive materials, the bond becomes too brittle and it establishes a permanent bond. So you need to look at the balance. You need to find a balance of how you're not going to go from one extreme to the other. You need to, to be on that ball with the board across, where you're putting your left and your right leg and you're seeing that you're balancing on this ball. So gold is also another most important aspect of Kintsugi, because Kintsugi says that gold is the analog that represents the desire to be healed. That is your urge to move out from this gray zone into a brighter zone. So moving too quickly and assuming you are healed before you actually are, and placing too much faith in powers beyond our own capacity, are traps to avoid as we prepare the golden adhesive of our transformation. Again, we're coming back to the topic of the balance. That is also very important. And finally, the third one is to re-experience each broken piece. This is essential practice of Kintsugi, is to re-experience every broken piece fragment within us, and we engage in our reconstruction process as we know the exact shapes, position, and feel. When the pot is broken, you can see that you're going to look at each broken piece and you're going to say, oh, this one is going to fit here and this fits here. You just can't fit them anyhow. There's got to be some sort of a structure that you're going to work on, that one would fit back to the other. So every single piece must be returned to its original position within our psyche, if we are to transform ourselves from broken to beautiful. Every sharp fragment of shattered trust, faith, and care must be carefully handled in order to avoid getting cut again. But again, this we can be able to take those experiences for our future, the lessons that we have learned for our future, so that in future when we're going to run into the risk of falling back into those, we're going to use those experiences that we have, the tools that we've created, to make sure that we don't fall back again into that broken piece. So those are the importance of of experiencing the kintsugi. And kintsugi also says that the wound is a place where the light enters. So all through all this, you want light to enter. You want to see that light in the dark tunnel. So again, kintsugi offers you that. I hope that you've liked my my little tip today. Like I said, I'm a transformational life coach, and I expose the secrets of the brilliance within. If you really like this, I please want you to do subscribe to my channel so that you can always get new updates. I'm also on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. Please leave your comments, share it. I'll be always grateful. Until next time, thank you very much.